Hey, my culture asking, and today, guys, I'm here to do another anime review. As the review is to Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, Episodes 22 and 23, guys. Yes, guys, the first time ever I've been on YouTube. This is the first time I'm going to review 2 episodes in one video. 2 episodes in one view. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, for people who know, the last 3 weeks, I end up skipping pretty much except for Fate of Provoca, and surprisingly, unfortunately, because of last week, Boku no Hero, unfortunately, until last week, Boku no Hero Academia, I ended up not able to, for some reason, I didn't watch or review episodes of Korotai Yusha or Love and Lies, and because of that, unfortunately, I'm skipping, unfortunately, as I missed 3 goddamn episodes from what I remember counting from. It might be 2, but I'm gonna get that wrong anyway. But because I skipped that many, unfortunately, I have to stick to how my ruling works. When I review anime, I have to stop reviewing the anime, which I do feel a bit depressed about. That for some reason I didn't like, and plus I didn't watch them yet. I need to watch them. I need to fucking watch them as well, because you guys who don't know, how I do my reviews is that I watch the episode, and then once I finish watching the episode, I freaking review it. I base it pretty much from memory. I don't structure it. I actually just review what I remember from the episode straight after watching it, and talk about what I thought of the episode. That's how I do my reviews. How I structured what I personally thought, what I thought was bad, what I thought was good, like I talk about what the episode's about, seeing what, that's how I do my reviews. It's not destructive, it's not planned out like other reviewers do, but that's how I do things. I do it from first point of view, checking a little bit maybe, see if I'm not mistaken, even while doing the video, but once I do unfortunately miss 2 or 3 episodes of an anime series, and they're like in a row, especially in a row, if they're in a row, like I missed 1 episode and again I missed another episode at the same time, 2 times in a row, or 3 times in a row, then I will unfortunately stop the series. If there are gaps, then yeah, okay, I might still continue reviewing the anime, because it's only a little gaps, so it won't be too big of a deal. But if it's like this big, huge gap, there's no way I can review it without people complaining about why is the error of the anime reviews or the other certain episodes. I don't want to do that. So, I had to skip. Even though it's going to end up being the same, we're not even doing it anyway. At least I got it out there, and at least also they got some content of understanding what my personal thoughts on the anime are, and of course, what you guys now know. But I still need to watch those episodes anyway. But the reason why I'm reviewing 2 episodes of Boku no Hero Academia, because I did also promise that I was going to review episode 22 of Boku no Hero Academia, but I didn't. For some reason I skipped it, mainly because I sleep depressed, I slept, I just went to bed earlier than I usually do. Some of them shut down, mainly because, like I said, most of the time I do stay up quite late, so my body must shut down, unfortunately, and yeah, sleep back. I don't get any sleep. Guys, look at my fucking eyes. If you guys can't tell, get my hat off. If you guys could look at my fucking eyes, they're fucking black as hell. It just shows you I don't get any sleep. Maybe because most of the anime I review and stuff come quite out late, and I watch it quite late and everything. So, that shows you how I do push myself. Mentally, that is, because sleeping is mental, mostly, and physical as well, but I do push myself to make sure I watch and review the anime and stuff. But, yeah, and a review for you guys, so that's the result. And as I did promise I was going to review episode, and I didn't, I thought, best idea, to keep the promise still, that I'm going to review episode 22, I feel like as episode 23 is out now, I thought, why not review both? And luckily I can, because the episodes are still on the same, you can say arc, still on the same arc that the last episode 21 left off, so, and we're still on the same arc even now. We're still on the same freaking arc even now. So, and like the next episode is going to be evolving. But the next episode from now, episode 24 of season 2, season 2 of Boku no Hero Academia, we're going to have Midori and Bokuro's practical exam, because we don't see their practical exam yet in this episode, or in episode 23 or 22. We don't see their practical exam yet. It's going to be the last one, and that'll be more like the last episode, or the second to last episode of Boku no Hero Academia. We don't know, but it's more like that's going to be the case. But anyway, that's the main reason why I decided to come out into, because I did promise I was going to review episode 22, but I didn't, for some fucking reason. I didn't, so, because of sleep depressed, so sorry about that. So, as these two episodes are pretty much connected to each other, for like, why not just review both? So, let's get into episode 22 of Boku no Hero Academia Season 2. In episode 22, we've seen the meme. We've seen the meme that was going around. Like, for anybody that's not been seeing that fucking meme that's going around, oh god, Frog Girl, Frog, Frappy? I think, yeah, Frappy, my girl. Oh my god, her face, like, in the episode, the first part, they're separated into 3 parts, episode 22. First start with the practical, the first person who comes to the practical exam, it's Frappy, and, I'm trying to get his name, Takaraki, like, not Todoroki, it's Taraki, I think, Taraki. I'm more like best, but, Shadow Dude, pretty much the one who came third in the tournament arc, he came third. During that, they're having their practical exam, and we found out that, that in the position they're in right now, Taraki, he has a weakness. He has a lot of weakness against the hero he was facing. And this guy, I feel, is Plasma? I think that's what they call him. The one who creates clones. Where's the Plasma idea come from? I still don't understand where the Plasma name came from, but this person, he can create clones. Multiple clones. Up to 36, right? Like, at the same time, the maximum at the same time, he can create 36 clones at the same time. It doesn't mean, it's not that as many clones he can create. When he wants to create multiple them, he can only create 36 at a time. He can only multiple if he wants to create multiple ones at a time, he can only create at once. He can only create 36 at once. And that means he needs a break, and then creates another 36, and that's how his quirk works. And because of that, Todoroki, he unfortunately has a bunch of weaknesses, because we all know from what we saw from the tournament arc that his quirk does have quite a few weaknesses, especially against multiple opponents, and especially that his own physical body kit, because don't forget, he does mostly rely on his shadow. He does mostly rely on his shadow, because I think his overall body doesn't have the full capability, and plus he doesn't show, even though he shows he's fucking strong as hell, he does unfortunately show a lot of weaknesses. But with Frappy, we found in this situation, she hardly has any weaknesses. Like, because of her composure, like, her actual personality, like, I think her overall physical capability is alright, but I think combined with her personality and how composure she is as being a hero, she can cover those weaknesses she more like would have physically and use them effectively, and she hardly shows any weaknesses. And that's what the episode describes, that Frappy doesn't have any weaknesses during their practical exam, while Taraki did. But the thing is, as she didn't have any weaknesses, and also showed that she wasn't extra strength to begin with, the test she had to go through, that she needs to learn to give support to the heroes who have weaknesses, who show they can't go through can't properly pass the the mission without actual support. If they don't have support, they can't complete the task. They can't complete the mission they're on. That's what Froppy test is. Froppy's test is to give support to the people that who can't do what she can do. Like, if she, you know what, she can't, as right now, she's technically the stronger hero, the stronger advantage person out in this right now. She needs to give support to people who, unfortunately, right now, who are weaker than her in this certain situation. Again, Taraki, he is, unfortunately, right now, the weaker one. So, it means Froppy, she has to support him. She has to support him. And at one point, when he gets, like, stuck in the wall and stuff, like, bind in a clay and stuff, like, some reason he can get out of it because of this giant glass clone that Plasma cloud. We found out she kept the we found Froppy. She swallowed the handcuffs. For anybody who didn't know, she swallowed the handcuffs. And the thing is, as she swallowed it, the only way, and it, classic for a frog. Like, for a frog character, or any frog in anime, some reason they have a storage system in their belly, and they can put things in their mouths and store it there in their belly and everything. And that means the only way they can get it out is throw it up. Yeah. So, and in this situation, and unfortunately, because this is when Taraki's shadow does come into usefulness, is that she can give, to make sure that, without Plasma knowing, she swallowed, she brought about, and also making sure they don't, make sure that, Plasma just show that they're having eye contact or anything, make sure they were mainly focused on the battle they're seeing in front of them while he was fighting against Taraki's shadow. She sneakily, brings up, throws up the handcuffs that she kept in her belly, her body pretty much, and she throws it back up, and she gives it to Takaraki's shadow, who of course uses it to handcuff Plasma and pretty much complete the task and pass the test. But if you see that little caption in it, like, the close up, like most people by now know, if they have not seen, I mean, the artist, the creator of the manga series, I found out this scene was also in the manga. This scene was also in the manga, with her face close out, that shows you the creator of Boku no Hero Academia. Holy shit, he can make hentai shit! If he wanted to, he can make a good hentai character out of Froppy. Like, everybody say, is this a hentai Froppy here? Like, is that Doji? Is that Doji freaking Floppy there? But no, that is a fucking legit scene, legit art from the main series. So, it just shows you that he will go into detail. Even ends up being very sexual in a way. It's the only way you can use to describe it. Like, technically, she did throw up. All that saliva you see in her mouth, like, it makes logical sense. It makes logical sense. And in reality, it looks disgusting if it happened in reality. But if you think about the overall situation they were in, makes sense why it might also have a sexual, like, because we can't deny, they have, like, one of those oogie faces. Like, ooh, man, those faces, they ain't news, like, whoa. Like, that is surprising. But yeah, she pretty much had that face after vomiting up the freaking handcuffs. And that freaking came a meme. That fucking came a fucking meme. So, yeah. That's something that happened. And the next part was during Ide and... I'm trying to get his name. Tail Dude. He pretty much shows that his quirk... they against this bulldoze kind of guy. They're facing this bulldoze kind of guy. And I pretty much go and pretty much they're in a minefield. They're pretty much a minefield, except for mines, they're trap holes, complete exploding trap holes. If they go into, they pretty much lose anyway. So it means the only way they can get through this trap hole minefield, they had to use pretty much Ide's boost, his speed boost ability, his quirk, and speed cross the field, while giving some support from our tail dude's tail, pretty much, and give him an extra speed, give him an extra push, so they can escape through the entrance and pass the test. That's pretty much what they did in that point. Next, we go on to the actual, I'd say the main focus. The main focus was, I think her name was Momo. I think that's how I say it. Momo and Todoroki. Their pair up, and Momo, if you guys know, in the tournament and for. Like, we all know that both Todoroki and Momo, they were recommended into this academy. Like, they didn't have to go through the test, they got recommended into the academy, and that's how they got into the academy. I mean, because, in other words, they had the skills that, even the hero course themselves recognized they're good enough to become heroes either way, so they were able to enroll into the hero course without taking the test. Now, the thing is, when you see Momo, most of you more have been thinking, like, how did she get recommended? Why did she get recommended? Because she seemed so weak. That most people, when they saw her the first time, thought that way. But, that's mainly because, the reason why she's acting like that, because mainly, she was losing confidence in herself. Because after seeing, not just Todoroki surpassing her, like, no man's business, like, showing you as a fucking badass, like, so strong, plus with Midori, and everyone, majority of the and Taraki, who beated her in the tournament, she was beginning to lose self-confidence, and because of that, it was hindering her ability to use her quirk and her smarts, because, don't forget, guys, technically, Momo is the smartest student among the Class A, pretty much. Among Class A, pretty much the hero course, she is the smartest student. She's the the smartest. That means she can create plans. She can make plans, create ideas to make she can create and with her creation ability, she can make them easily! And plus, because she's fucking rich. We all fucking found that out, that she's fucking rich. She, of course, seen everything that she needs to understand materials, how to create things, la-da-da. Because of her creation ability and her smart, she can create a lot of good things that not many people can create because they don't have... Even if they had the creation ability, they will have never seen the materials or anything that could make these things. That's what she pretty much needs. She needs to at least know how to make them so she can use her quirk to activate them. And make them herself. That's how her quirk works. The thing is, she needs to think about it. If she doesn't think about it, in other words, using her mind, she'll be unable to use it, and unfortunately, what is the main thing that happens when you're losing confidence in yourself? Your mind. And if you lose confidence, you won't think straight, you won't be able to come up with strategies, and that was a problem with Momo's character. She lost confidence in herself. And during the practical exam, we see that she, with Todoroki, he unfortunately, he needs to improve on that. He needs to listen. Like, we found out he's a bit of a, not as much as Boku, but he does have this, like, figure out a plan. Like, he figures a plan. Boku mainly goes out and just, like, thrash things. He doesn't think about it. Boku just goes out and fucking thrash things. Of course, he does think about it in some points in there, but he doesn't, like, all-out think a plan. Well, Todoroki, he does, but he doesn't talk about with his, he doesn't, like, even consider about, talking with anybody else about anybody else's plan, mainly because like Boku, he will go out there and just deal with, pretty much, with the opponent straight away. Pretty much, he will do it himself. He will pretty much go out, not cocky like he doesn't do it cockily, but he does have, unfortunately, that some attitude that if he can do it, like, for our bones, he can pretty much knock out opponent quite quick himself. Obviously, he can do it, and it means he lacks some form of patience, and he doesn't think about talking with Momo. Because of that at that point, when Eraser hints to Todoroki that he needs to do that, he felt, that's what I should have done I listened to Momo, because Momo mentioned she had a plan, but they didn't have enough time to talk because Eraser came in and he told him, we use my plan and go like that, and failed. And after Momo came back, after Todoroki getting hanged from the tape that Eraser freaking put him up there as, Todoroki decides to listen to what Momo's plan was. Momo actually also found out that Racer's actual eyes were ever since the battle with UBM. Since that battle, Racer's eyes got damaged, and because of that, thought the eye cut means he has he can't use his time that he can use his quirk has been decreased. Like, after all, he needs to keep his eyes open. If he doesn't keep his eyes open, he can't keep on using his quirk. He can't even blink. If he blinks, his quirk can't be used. Because of that is his weakness, and because his eyes now unfortunately dry up more quicker now, he can't use, because of the injuries he got taken from the battle that time, he unfortunately he got weakened. And once she found out she had light grenade, stun light grenade in the mannequin doll she created, and she blind Eraser, sneakily able to get Todoroki out of the stabbing that tape like binding he was hanged on. She tells Todoroki what her plan was, and then of course her plan works. And I think that plan was, trying to think of his plan. Oh yeah, she created cloaks. She created black cloaks because after all, he needs to see them. He also needs to see them to erase their quirks. He needs to see them to erase the quirks. So obviously covering yourself up to make sure he won't see you properly. Like, he has to make sure you're not even human. Like, you have to look like a complete ghost or something like that to make sure you won't be noticed or anything. But yeah, they cover themselves up in cloak, black cloak. The thing is, but then when he attacked, they dispersed, and we found out that we see that the one on the first cloak was Momo with a catapult of like flimsy iron look like, and we found out it seems to be iron. I think I might be wrong about that. But like material, like, I don't know what that material was. It says what the material is, but I didn't pay attention to that name of the material. But that material that she throwed she launched at Eraser. We found out after Todoroki comes out from the second black sheet, which we found out at the start it looked like she was faking at by seeing there was like a wooden like human like mannequin thing there, pretending it was no one's there. Of course, Eraser knew there was someone there. It was Todoroki. He knew because when Momo actually made a mistake of actually missing the trigger to launch the catapult, he jumps back. Mainly because when he saw Todoroki here, he thought that Todoroki was going to use his ice ability to freeze him, so he decides to jump back. But instead, he gave time for Momo to, for a second attempt, shoot the fabric thing she had, ball thing she had on the catapult, launched it, and Todoroki, he used his flames to burn through, and it seems like they used the theory of shape memory. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, when it comes to paper or something like that, or like little metal bar things you see to get you tied up onto like toys and stuff, they actually do have some form of memory, and if you, I think, put them in water, like, for a certain amount of time, or put them in a height of fire, they do actually go back into the form they originally were before you shaped it. So, they use shape memory, like, science. I remember learning that when I was in school. So, that's something that was quite interesting. I learned that's something you actually do learn in school. Shape memory that some objects have, that you can memorize their old form. So, it was quite cool. That was quite cool from that. By doing that, the previous form seems to be hard. Like, the previous form seems to be fucking hard. Because of that, they fucking make Eraser pretty much stay in his place, and of course, they were able to arrest him and complete that exam. And that was pretty much what the episode 22 was about. And the animation quality for episode 22, definitely good. Like, all the animation, I didn't see any terrible animation for that. And yeah, that's what I'm going to say about episode 22. Now, episode 23 of Boku no Hero Academia. Again, more practical exams. The first one, from what I remember, trying to get all of them. We'll try to get all of them. I think the first one was. The first one. I mean, I completely forgot what the first one. What the hell was the first one? Damn. I'm trying to get an order here. I don't like being, like, completely wrong. Okay, I remember. Okay, the first one. And actually, actually happened at the end of the episode. I completely forgot about that. At the end, I'm surprised I forgot about that. But at the end of last week's episode 22. At the end, we see that Uraraka and I got their names right here, so I can say that and Yuga, Uraraka, Ochiko, and Yuga, the freaking belly button shooting beam guy, and then their practical exam, and then we're getting sucked in by a black hole by freaking. Her name was 13 by 13's a quirk black hole. She was sucking right in, and they were like blowing from about to be sucked in, and the thing is, what happened in this episode 23 after a cliffhanger we had last episode on that damn their names, Yuga, pretty much telling you, because Midori, Ochiko was thinking, what would Midori do, and Yuga tells her, you're thinking about what would Midori do in this situation, and he tells her, are you in love with Midori? And the thing is, Ochiko reacted like she was like, like she had the like embarrassed face, like, just pretty much saying, like, if you see her reaction, she's like, she was embarrassed, but it was always actually didn't like say, no, or anything like that. She has a crush on Midori, and she didn't blat out say it. Of course, she showed the embarrassing face, and the thing is, she accidentally lets go, and 13 didn't even realize she was about to let go. She was actually expecting them to keep holding on, because of that embarrassing moment of that she got Yuga saying that, are you in love with Midori? She like let go, and because of that, the instinct that from when she was training in her I'm training with man, what was the name of what they were doing during that training session, pretty much, when they had to go for different companies and stuff, agencies, when they worked for different agencies and stuff. Urukura remembered what Ochiko actually remembered of what they were doing. She was doing during her feature during a feature training session with this with the guy she was getting trained by, and she actually used that, and she was able to handcuff like handcuff not berserk, like she had like white eyes, like she was berserked or something, like berserkly. Tab throws down 13 and handcuffs her, and like she puts her into a hand lock, pretty much. She puts her into a hand lock and pretty much won by using blunt and berserker-like attacks. And that's how she pretty much won that. Next, after the opening and stuff, we get into the next practical exam with two of the most stupidest characters. Poison, Acid, Lizard Girl, like, I don't know what she's supposed to be, but... And Electro Dude. I gotta say, they're so fucking stupid, like... First up, the principal. We found out the principal... I thought he was similar to how, like, Acid Girl was, that some reason he was a human who had some reason, because of his quirk, he had a mutation to make him look like an animal or some form of creature, but I was wrong. Instead, the principal, he's actually an animal with a quirk that makes him smarter than a human. He's an intelligent freaking mouse, or I think he's a mouse. Mouse, I think. I think he's a mouse, from what I know. A fucking mouse. An intelligent mouse. Who acts and speaks like a human and more intelligent as a human. And because as he's a mouse, because he's actually a proper animal, for anybody who don't know, animals have good senses of danger and natural phenomena occurring. If a natural phenomenon is about to occur, they can sense it. I think, miles away, they can sense if a natural phenomenon was about to occur, like rain, or even thunderstorms, or not just that, tornadoes, earthquakes. They can sense that shit. They can sense it, and they know when to run away. Moments way before we humans can find out that it actually occurred. So they find out quite early. And the thing is, they can also do that, figuring out which branch or which location is too dangerous to go past because it could break or something. And that's pretty much what he used in this episode, because he was in a freaking bolt. He was freaking in a, I'm trying to get the word for it, wasn't it a demolition machine? He was in a demolition machine, with a freaking cannon, with a demolition ball. And what he did, he calculated, by every time, because after all, he sees where his opponent going, and he's calculating which buildings he should knock down, so it can couple other buildings, other pipes, other rubble. He can pretty much by calculating which way it would go, by hitting which buildings and which he topples down, which those buildings will topple down after, where they can block out entrances. And the thing is, it worked perfectly, because these two characters, Electro Boy and Acid Girl, they were fucking stupid. He was doing a fucking demolition fucking machine, going inside a building when he can topple it all the way down. What the hell were you guys thinking? And by doing that, he blocked out the exits except for one. He deliberately left one exit available so they can escape from that. And they didn't bother. They didn't think about going and trying to maybe attack him in the freaking, because it looks like he's not actually an offensive-based hero. So maybe he does know some combat. Obviously, as he's a hero, he needs to learn some combat. But he definitely needs to pretty much go out and I think he's not going to have that. But they should have thought about, if he's going to do this, go where the freaking demolition machine is and go and fucking attack him there. But no, they decided to go for the escape option and not even try to defend or fight or anything, and they fucking failed the test. So they're the first failures. The next one after that was, I think the next one would be the, I'm trying to remember. Oh man, me memory. Next one would have to be Uh. Oh yeah, animal controlling dude who looks a bit deformed, but I got mates like that, so I know understand that, but animal controlling dude and wire chick, like I'm not like I said, me with names are terrible, and they're having their practical exam. Now, in this, animal controlling dude, like I'm using their quirks, like I'm using their abilities or their quirks. Recognize their names, most of them, maybe because I don't really know their names. I'm not very good at doing it. Because I try to make sure I don't use their appearance so often, because there's no denying a lot of them look quite. If they exist in real life, they would be unfortunately classified as disabled children and have some deformity. So I don't want to say that. Like I have to say that to give it a opinion of what they look like, but I don't want to keep saying it to make sure it doesn't sound offensive to anyone. But animal controlling dude, and Plug Girl, they were facing Radio Dude, like pretty much volume fucking radio, like dude, his I think his name gets no, both of their names do go up, but I feel like he is definitely an important one. Present Mike, that's his name, Present Mike. His quirk is voice. He can pretty much direct a high, low, or medium pitch volume from his voice and pretty much bring out shock waves of his voice. And if he puts out a fucking high, loud volume, he can fucking burst your eardrums. He can fucking burst your eardrums miles away. He can shoot a mile away sonic beam voice cannon. They can burst your eardrums. Ouch. And the thing is, we found during this day with the Plug Girl and Animal Control Dude were having a hard time, but we found out that but the thing is, we found out that the only things that weren't affected by the sound were the bugs. And Plug Girl, she thought, hey, why not use your quirks to command the bugs to do what you want them to do? Tell them to attack Present Mike, so we can stop his sound and escape from the escape or handcuff. I think did they escape or handcuff him in the end? I think they escaped. Yeah, they escaped. They escaped. Terry had escaped. So they escaped the entrance. We found out that Animal Control Dude, he's scared of bugs. But because of the sonic sound and seeing Plug Girl's ears being pretty much bleeding, he decides to succumb to his fear and actually command the bugs to do his bidding and go and attack pretty much Mike and Present Mike, and they all try to escape. Now, by doing this, usually Animal Control, he does not talk. He uses sign language, but the thing is, we found out he actually does. He can talk. The thing is, he can talk. But for some reason, he doesn't talk. Why doesn't he talk? Like, if he can talk, why doesn't talk? And I think it has something to do with his quirk. Because to activate his quirk, he needs to talk to the animals or the bugs in this situation. He has to talk to them, communicate his voice to tell them what to do and what he wants them to do. And that's how his quirk works. And the thing is, the quirk, they don't say what can the quirk control precisely. Like, they say it controls animals. But don't forget, guys, we humans are animals. We're technically animals as well. Like, most people are saying, like, we're not fucking animals. Like, we fucking evolved from apes, who we classify as fucking animals, so we're fucking animals, okay? For anybody who's complete denial about that, we're fucking animals. So that means, obviously, we can be like, if Animal Control Dude, as he doesn't talk to us, it's a possibility that he can use his quirk to control humans. Like, they don't say if his quirk cannot control humans. if he can, I don't think he needs any problems to not talk to us. He doesn't need to have any problems like talking to us. Like, if he did, if there was a problem, then obviously he would not talk and use his sign language, of course, to communicate. If there wasn't a problem, I don't think he would bother using sign language to communicate unless he didn't want any animals at all, no matter what, to listen to him. But I don't think he's that delusional about that. But it does seem like, because as he uses his sign language every time he communicates, only time he uses his, only time he speaks is so he can use his quirk. I think that his quirk can also control humans, which that's actually quite dangerous if you think about it. Like, his quirk can control other humans. That is fucking dangerous. That is actually dangerous. Like, he can make humans do what he wants them to do. And even though they'd be logical, even though they would be, like, aware that they're, and then they'd be conscious that they're doing it, they will not, their actual bodies won't listen to them. They will more likely will do what he says. So if he became a villain, he might be a dangerous villain. But the thing is, he would, if he did become a villain, obviously, he won't. He definitely won't. But if he did become a villain, he has to do one of those, like, big villain. Like, he has to be one of those, like, he has to do one of those dangerous villain jobs to become a proper villain and succeed in one. Which, if a normal villain tries to do that, like, they'll be easily arrested. They'll be easily arrested with their heads down most of the time. Unless they perfectly do it properly. But if he tries to do it for a small, but if he tries to use his quirk during a small villainy mission, like, he'll be arrested more quicker than he would done if he was using doing those big major villain stunts. In other words, he has a high chance of escaping from committing a criminal out from a big criminal stunt than a normal stealing stunt. Like, he won't be able to escape from that, because as he has to use his voice, it'd be obviously people will recognize him straight away and know because of his looks and everything, and also people know where he is quite quickly because they use his voice. But if he pulls one of those big stunts where he uses speakers and everything, or that he somehow has a little device that makes sure he can maybe hide somewhere so no one notices, and he speaks through it, and he can pretty much record his voice all around everybody so he can use it to control people, then that's when he might be able to escape, because it's a big task, and as it's a big task, usually most people find it hard to escape from those. But the thing is, as it's a quirk that no one will be able to notice unless they see you doing it and actually see you using a quirk, then obviously you'll be in deep trouble. But that you have to be seen. You actually have to be seen. He actually has to be seen doing it to get people to realize that he was the one who causes the action. But that's my surprise to see why. If he actually did become a villain, his quirk would be a fucking dangerous quirk. Like, that is actually a fucking dangerous quirk he's got there. The ability to command animals to do anything he wants them to do, pretty much. Tells them what he wants to do, and then they will do it, pretty much. And unless something that is naturally can't support, in other words, animals, we found out that if he commands normal animals, except for bugs, to attack him, and a big sonic sound wave came around, they would fucking run. They won't matter if they hear a big dangerous sound, they will fucking run. So there is also a limitation that if they naturally can't do it, if their bodies and their actual being can't naturally do it, then obviously they can't fully obey what the commander tells them to. So that's a weakness to his quirk. But yeah, pretty much that's how his quirk works. And by using his quirk, he was able to win. Both him and his partner was able to win, pass the test. So that's how they passed. I think the next one finally is, Minato. The last few minutes. It's Minato's one. Minato's pretty much, and his team, which I don't even know his name. We don't even show his proper squad yet. Like but rubber sticky. Great bald dude, like the last 6 to 7 minutes, like, of him, like 10, 8, 9 minutes, like around there is him, and Oh god, the way he completes things, like the reason why he wants to become a hero is that he becomes popular with the ladies, like. So he can become popular with ladies, but the thing is, if he had the goal, if he was the goal was his first goal, his original goal is that he wants to become a hero. He wants to become a hero, but we found out from the recovery girl that if you overall goal in the end was just become a hero, to be a hero, you must also have other goals. You must have other goals. You must reach it. You have to reach another goal that's beyond just becoming a hero. And because of that, if you just want to become a hero, you reached your goal and you have nothing else to do. How you can become a proper hero? But with Miruto, his actual overall goal is not to just become a hero. Becoming a hero is a catalyst of becoming the goal he wants, and that is to be popular with the ladies. And that's what his goal is, and because of that, and somehow he uses his sticky balls to stick Midnight. He sticks Midnight down, and he covers his nose and stuff to make sure she won't use her scent to make him fall asleep, and pretty much runs away and exit along with his partner. Because he was able to make her get away from the exit that she was at. She was going to exit, but like somehow, surprisingly, swiftly and convincingly, because we found out Minato's fucking smart. Like, I'm still surprised he's fucking smart. But he's fucking smart. But as he's smart, obviously he thought of a way to get her away from the escape route, because after all, he looks weird, he looks weak, so he took that to his advantage to convince that Midnight that he couldn't do anything, and he pretty much tricked her. He stuck her, uses sticky balls to stuck her down pretty much to the ground so she wouldn't be able to move, and he runs away and using a mask to cover his mouth and nose so he wasn't breathing the scent that she brings up, because her quirk, if someone breathes in her scent, they will fall asleep, so he decides to, after covering that, he decides to run, picks up his partner, who unfortunately got affected by the scent, and saying all this time, because he was jealous of his partner, that he was lying on her chest, and her lap all this time, like, he was jealous because of that, and he got to cover his bride to pass the test, and he would say, next time we'll go into those boobies, like, Minato, goddamn, the pervert. Overall, that's how that episode pretty much was, and the episode pretty much ends with Boku and Moridori about to start their exam, and it ends then. So next week's episode, we're gonna have Bokuro and Midori's pretty much practical exam, which I can't wait for. But anyway, overall, the episode was pretty good. And animation quality, again, didn't see any big problems, didn't see major problems going on. And yeah, and that's all I got to say. And guys, that was my anime review to Boku no Hero Academia Season 2 episode 22 and 23, guys. Hope you guys like Boku Chan fans today. If you guys in the 7th ML, question down below. My answer, and yeah. And also, guys, if you guys want to help me out, to get the equipment I can, to raise, to help you guys get better quality to my videos and stuff, to make sure I don't keep on using my phone anymore, because I fucking need a new camera soon. But, to get a better camera and stuff, better equipment, to get better quality videos for you guys, go to the description down below, follow me on Patreon, to sponsor me on Patreon, so I can actually start learning a living, and also get good stuff for you guys out for you more faster, more better quality, and of course will help me out financially. So yeah, and guys, I hope you guys like it. Come on, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Wow.